joined here by Matt Lawrence, writer and director, and we have Nicholas Santos, producer, David Littleton, Peckerhead himself, and co-producer and production designer and wardrobe, Wiki Mendoza. So we'll definitely turn it over to you for some questions, but I gotta kick things off here. And we're gonna get pretty random and a little deep here. So, Panic Quest first asked when they asked if I would host some screenings, they said, is there anything you wanna host? And I took a look at the lineup and I stopped on the poster for Uncle Peckerhead because immediately I recognized it's a play on the iconic photo of Minor Threat, legendary DC hardcore band, and I was like, wow, shit, I gotta do this. And I noticed the shirt. I noticed the Duh shirt. I didn't think anything of it right away. I started the trailer and I saw Jeff Riddle, who plays Max.
Yes.
Now, Jeff was part of a band called the Holy Mess from Philadelphia, broke up a few years ago. The moment I saw him, I put it together. I went, holy fuck. Jeff wears that Duh shirt in the video for Flesh of the Fresh.
Which I directed.
Which then I found out was directed. So there's a music video from 2016 for the Holy Mess where Jeff, who's one of the singers in the band, is wearing a Duh shirt.
Yeah.
So
which I DP'd too.
which you DP'd? Okay. So where does that video and this film and everything come together? When you had Jeff wear that shirt for Duh, did you know there was going to be a band called Duh in one of your films?
I didn't have this idea, but Duh is basically this band that I've always wanted to start, which is kind of like a thrashy punk, like three-piece band. So like I directed this short film called Larry Gone Demon, and they also wear Duh t-shirts.
Okay.
So like Duh is just this kind of like band that I in all of my films I've had exist in this like kind of like otherworldly thing.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And I think it's impossible not to talk about casting and the characters with this film.
Totally.
So, were the characters written on the page as they are on the screen, and you had to find the right cast for that, or did these characters really come to life once you found your cast member?
That's a great question. It's a combination of each. So, like Jeff, I had written that part for him because he's a buddy of mine, and like. Since I first met him, I wanted to put him in everything I've done. So that was written for Jeff, but all the other roles, we had no one in mind. So we kind of like, I knew that like Mel would be this nihilistic, kind of like dark, demented person. I knew Judy would be like this person that's willing to like join into this Faustian argument because it's all about what she wants to do. Peckerhead, same thing, but I mean, the cast brought it to life. I mean, like on the page, I don't think you'd see kind of what you see on screen.
Sure.
So they totally like took it and brought it to kind of the next level.
You nailed it with the casting.
Oh, they nailed it.
How the fuck did you come find David? I mean, nobody else could have played Peckerhead. Nobody.
It's amazing because like when I wrote the role, it could go super hack and super goofy like immediately. So we had done like a couple of casting calls and we hadn't found anyone, and it was like dark days where we knew we were shooting in June. I think it was like January or February, and it was we were like we're fucked. We don't have anybody.
We found the other role. We had found our Judy. We had found our Mel.
Yeah.
But it was just like, who the fuck's gonna play Peckerhead?
And then our other producer sent us this video, and David was in Florida, and he had sent us in a video of him doing the diner scene. And immediately, we were watching it on our phones after our second casting call where we were just like depressed, like gun to our heads. And then we look at the video, and basically like everyone in the room was like, that's the fucking dude. We have to get him up from Florida. That's him. Yes. It was the like totally like all of my worries just kind of disappeared and yeah.
I was doing this play down in Florida. The character was like this Appalachian coal miner, and I saw this ad for this Appalachian hillbilly cannibal. I'm already halfway there, you know. So yeah. So
well, and the way that you meshed with the rest of the actors, and I mean, incredible. Did you spend time together before production started?
Not so much before, but like once we started, like we always traveled in the van, you know, to and from set. We all I lived with Jeff the whole time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we meshed like almost immediately because everybody in the cast and everybody behind the scenes, I mean, it was just a really quality, cool, fun people. like it was so much fun. Like this part of it is almost like icing. It was just such a great fun experience that the fact that we have this like beautiful product is awesome.
And
It looked like it.
Yeah,
It
it
looked
transfers
like
on
it.
screen.
Yeah, it was a
Absolutely.
blast.
You can tell everyone's just enjoying
Yeah.
what they're doing and having so much fun.
Like Ryan,
Oh.
who plays the Shadow. Oh my god.
Who is also our unit production manager. So he would be managing the day and just playing this dickhole.
What a douche.
I don't know if you guys know anything about making low budget movies.
It's really easy, nothing ever goes
I think like something. The reason why I feel like it feels so cohesive with like everybody is because everybody was also doing everything else, and so we're like sleeping together, eating together, suffering together. Like when it's raining, everybody's just like picking things up, and so I think that's what like the good thing about low budget is that it just creates this immediate family. Like you have no option than to like pick up your sleeves, and like that creates such camaraderie, and I think it shows in the film. And so,
The production
But I-
value, the cinematography, everything is fantastic.
But I would say it all trickled down from Matt.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
come on.
absolutely.
But like the one thing I will say is it was amazing watching David and the band kind of travel together because like we're there like at least a few hours beforehand and like especially on a micro budget shoot you're like pulling your hair out, you like everything's going wrong at all times and then they show up in the van and everyone's smiling and they have like donuts and you're like okay at least they're not damaged. yeah.
And I know everyone in this room will agree that punk rock is the greatest style of music that has ever existed. And that everyone else had so much fun picking up all the little references, the alliteration records you get to play on Cox Bar records and Circle Jerks. And it's safe to assume Judy was named that because Judy's a punk,
Yes,
right?
absolutely,
And
yeah.
then even throwing Get in the Van, which
Yes.
was the Henry Rollins
Totally.
I mean, everybody else got to pick up on all of that. And originally from Jersey, right?
Yes,
and you
originally from
got
Jersey, the Bouncing
New
Souls,
Jersey's
yeah.
very own, Bouncing
Yeah,
Souls.
yeah.
So, and I know Lemira shirts were
Yeah.
in there and stuff. And, was there, and obviously Jeff, it's also worth noting, Jeff, who played Max, that is his voice when Duh is playing. He wrote the songs, right?
Yeah, Jeff wrote the songs. He's like one of the most amazingly talented people because like I think this in terms of like Jeff's range as an actor, he's a fucking psychopath. So like he can do anything and he can write anything you need him to. So like it was really easy to just kind of give him some ideas and let him run with it. Yeah. But Judy, if I'm not sure if anybody likes like punk rock, if you know the band Cayetana, who's this like indie punk band from Philadelphia, that's Gus, who's like the lead singer of that band. It's like a three-piece like female-fronted punk band. All the women it's an all-women punk band. But she did the vocals, Judy's vocals. Yeah. It was
And
cool.
when we were talking before the movie, you said this was shot in combination of Philly, Jersey, and New York,
Yeah,
right?
calling
So
out in all favors.
it was basically like the movie went on tour, very
Yes.
much like the band.
Yeah,
And did you
yeah,
shoot
very much.
consecutively?
Yeah, I mean, we had Sundays off, but we shot for 3 weeks, so 18 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And if anybody has any questions, feel free to. Yeah.
I got a few actually.
Oh,
First of all,
love it.
the movie was funny as hell.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I caught like Simpsons references.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? Also,
Yep.
Peckerhead, you were charming and terrifying. Like there's times where I was like, oh, I fell for him. Oh shit, he's a monster. But
He's a thing.
He's a thing.
He's a thing.
Sorry,
He's a
let
thing.
me be PC.
Monster's a little harsh.
Things need love too. No, my two questions are: one, what is based on a true story? And two, do you have any dud demos for sale?
I don't have dub demos, but I do.
Damn it.
I do have T-shirts and pins, and I think, we'll hand them out very shortly. So if you stick around, we'll just like start chucking shit at you.
Yay.
Yeah, I mean, based on a true story. One, like I used to be in bands, and Jeff obviously like has been in a ton of great bands. So like he would give me some stories, and I had like a ton of like being paid $1 a head, and like literally somebody giving you $2 at the end of like playing for like 45 minutes, and you're like, how are we gonna fucking get to the next venue like with this? So like that was the base on a true story, but it was also having based on a true story and then having a guy's jaw fucking ripped off.
I'm just thinking of the thing like blood and shit all over you.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta write this one down.
And what was the second question?
No, it was the demo.
Oh, the demo. Yeah.
How do you not have demos of it?
Oh my God, I wish. Just money.
How many songs did they do? How many songs were created for
There
How many
were,
Dove songs?
I think there were 6 or 7. Like the first song that they play when we cut out, like immediately when they start screaming, that's like an entirely fully formed like 3-minute song that I just wanted them to scream and then that to end. Like you don't get to see them play for the first hour.
I was saying there's like 5 with vocals and then like 2 with
Yeah, then just 2
like,
instrumental
vocal,
stuff.
So
Yeah.
they say they have 7 songs for $5,
Yeah.
you know, so
I
I
think
mean,
we're
it's
7
very
songs,
accurate.
yeah.
It's very accurate.
Totally.
That's awesome. Anyone else have any questions in here? Yeah.
Will Peckerhead rise again?
I hope. Yeah, we actually have a spiritual sequel to this film. I swear to God that I wrote, where Jeff has already written like 10 songs for it, because we want to do like double the songs, double the shit. Yeah, like. So yeah, we do have a spiritual
Double the murder.
Yeah.
Did it start as a movie about the music and that scene, or did it start as a kind of horror?
Yeah, that's a great question. It actually like started as it was a like an Adult Swim idea I had that I wanted to pitch it as like kind of like a 90s sitcom of this band with this older guy as like kind of this sage-like person that would give them advice, kind of like yeah, like Mr. Exactly, like Mr. Belvedere.
Uncle Belvedere.
Yeah. So, like, I had kind of been like formulating it, and then like I was producing a short of Nick's, and I kept going to film festivals, and I won't name the film festival, but a lot of the features were like dog shit, and I was like, fuck, like I think we can. I have this like idea. I think if we expand on it, and Jeff was like, dude, I'm gonna write the music. You can use my van, and so we started like just cobbling together every favor we could to make it, and really like. I started writing in the beginning of the summer, but I didn't really start writing it until the winter, and then we shot that summer.
I mean, once you
yeah.
came to me with it in the summer, we were like, let's just shoot next summer and we'll just figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it wasn't like in the winter we just kind of like we had like a little bit of money cobbled together, and it was just like no matter what we're gonna do something, so let's just like go forward. Yeah.
Turned out great.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyone
Yes.
else have any questions? Yeah.
You had the metalheads in like a brand new Honda Civic.
That's my son.
That was great. And then
Very much on
That was
purpose.
my Honda
But it did have Massachusetts plates, so they just had to go. Yeah.
and so that was kind of like the one tell too for the setting, that it was a contemporary setting. But so what was your decision to like place this in a universe that didn't have cell phones?
Yeah, I mean, that was like the stuff that I like making is kind of like in terms of decade, like pretty ambiguous. So like it could be now, and like there is one thing that annoys me in this like crowd scene when she's looking out into the crowd. The last like frame, it's somebody like on their phone. I'm like, fuck, I want to get rid of that. But yeah, I just like this idea that it could be like early '90s, it could be early 2000s, it could even be today. Because like I think in terms of like punk music, like in terms of how they like tour, it feels like very much like you're still like sleeping in like close quarters, probably in your van most of the time. Still like really grimy, dirty. You're still playing the same shitty venues that haven't changed in 30 years.
Yeah, it felt dirtier seeing it on the payphone.
Yeah, exactly.
Great observation.
Yeah, that was so good.
Oh, yeah.
That's my son. So proud.
Anyone else have anything? Because now we are playing again this
on
week,
Monday.
correct?
Yeah. So just a few things. One, really, like this means the world that you all stayed too, because my biggest worry, one, is that nobody would show up to watch the thing. Two, that like once the Q&A starts, there's like literally gonna be like me and 2 people like just kind of having a conversation, which is great, but probably not in the theater is the best way to have it, right? But the other thing too is we're playing on Monday, but if you did like the movie, we have, like, as you can see, like the reason why we have a new Honda Civic and stuff is like we had no fucking money to make this movie. So like, if you liked it, like whether it's put us on social, you know, like, but like to say something on social media or tell people like at Panic Fest if you liked
Or
it.
give us money.
Or give us money.
That's money.
Yeah, Venmo.
Where can we
But
find
we-
your social?
Oh, social. Yeah, thank you so much. So, yeah, Uncle Pecker. It's Uncle Peckerhead on Instagram. Young Bull on Twitter, and it's Subtlety Rex is the production company. So if you just go to subtletyrex.com or unclepeckerhead.com, it'll take you to like our website where you'll be able to see like shorts we did, ideas we have that we're looking to get money for but probably never will, like all of that stuff. And before we end it, I just want to throw out like a few t-shirts, and if you just come up to me, I'll give you a pin. Oh shit.
Hey, I'll give you money for a t-shirt.
All right. So you guys, I see a hand up there. We don't have a ton. I don't know what happened. Perfect. All right, we have one more. Wait, and I've got pins. Please come up to me and get pins.
And it's,
pins.
so important.
We've got job pins.
Everyone's here with their friends. We're playing on Monday.
Yeah, Monday at 4:30. Monday 4:30.
So be sure to tell all your friends.
Come
check
get
it out.
Yeah.
Tell them they fucked up for not coming today.
Huge fuck up.
But they can
Kill them. Kill them.
Let's hear it from the cast.
Thank you.